Hi guys, and welcome to Magic. In this video I'm going to be demonstrating some of the really cool new features. You have to make sure that you're using Magic version 8.1.4 in order to duplicate what I'm doing in this video locally, which basically means downloading the latest version from the GitHub repository. There's a link in the description of this video from where you can do that. And then also you need to make sure that you have correctly set up Magic. There's another link in the description of this YouTube video to another YouTube video that demonstrates how to set up Magic. So first things first, let's start out with the new logging system. Here is something pretty interesting. See the logs menu item here? It obviously contains something interesting, right? This is actually an audit logging module that allows you to log anything into a database-backed log database table. Let's clear it just to make sure we're starting out with an empty log. Then let's go to evaluator and then type log.info hello from evaluator. If you type this log.info hello from evaluator, then you will invoke the log.info slot with the value of hello from evaluator. So let's execute or evaluate that piece of Hyperlambda. And it was successfully evaluated. And let's go back to our logs. And here is our log item. So this allows you to log from not only Hyperlambda but also C# very, very easily. And it's a database log backing table behind this. So it also easily allows you to create all sorts of interesting statistics according to type, etc., and do complex SQL queries to extract log items of particular types, etc. Now, the other thing I want to show you, let's clear the log, which is brand new, is the tasks menu item here. We used to have scheduled tasks in Magic previously, but it has been completely refactored and re-engineered. First, let's create a task to illustrate what I mean. Let's call this task foo task and type log.info hello from task. If I now save this task by clicking OK, if I go back to my logs menu item here, you will see it's empty. If I go back to tasks here, choose this task, and I run it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. We go back to our logs here, you will see 3 log items, which are basically hello from task. Let's clear it. Let's go back to tasks now. And let's choose our task and let's schedule our task. Okay? Click schedule, click repeat, delete the repetition pattern and type 5.seconds and then click OK. What we have done now is that we have created a scheduled task with Hyperlambda code that executes every 5 seconds. Now this particular task just logs, right? But it could do anything, sending emails, taking backups of databases, etc. If we now go back to our logs, we will see the task has executed several times. If we clear it and then we refresh it, we will see new log items after some 3, 4, 5 seconds popping up. Right. Let's go back to our tasks. Let's select this foo task. And please realize you can create as many schedules as you want to. If we want to schedule this task, for instance, in addition to these 5 seconds, we want to schedule it to be running 2 days from now at 1957, right? Then we can do so. We now have 2 schedules for this particular task, and we can delete our schedules. And of course, as you do a schedule and you create a repetition pattern, you can also do 5.minutes or hours or days or in fact weeks and months. So you can interchange seconds with minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months. And in addition, you can also create a schedule that says you want to repeat this task. Okay, you want to repeat it at first two asterisks here are month, numbers. The second is day. The third one is hour. Okay, let's do 23, 57 minutes, and 19 seconds at Sunday, pipe, Saturday. By the way, this format is fairly well described at the GitHub website for the magic.lambda.scheduler. We now click OK. We will see that the task is now due 8 hours from now, because it happens to be a Sunday today, right? And this task will execute 8 hours from now, and then it will find the next repetition pattern matching this particular string, which would be 5 days later, and it will schedule the task again to run back then again. So how can we schedule a C# method using this particular syntax? Well, let's do just that. Let's, of course, I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you can just as well use Visual Studio if you're on Windows, to which point you can just open up Magic solution file instead, but you're still going to need Node and Angular and all that stuff. Let's expand the slots folder in the backend folder here, and then let's just copy this version.cs file, and let's just rename it to foo. Let's rename the slot name to foo. Let's rename the class name to foo. Let's delete some comments here to make it slightly more easily readable. And then let's create a variable of val equal input.get ex string. And then let's do make sure we are using magic.node.extensions namespace, because that's where this extension method actually exists. And then let's create a CTOR for our foo class. And then let's make sure we retrieve an instance to an iLogging interface. At which point we're going to have to add another namespace using magic.lambda.logging.helpers. Is it a logger? Yes. Sorry about that. And then let's make sure we keep this as a read-only reference in our class, and let's assign it in our CTOR. To whatever we're given as an input to our CTOR. Now, and of course, this will automatically come into our CTOR as a dependency injected interface. There we go. Automatically resolved by the IOC container, allowing us to use it down here. Okay, logger.info. Wow. Now, of course, this is just a stupid example of actually doing something that we can actually see in our log. But you could just as well have done anything you wish here in your C# method, and C# you want, you can do here. Let's recompile our backend and run it. To which point we now have a foo slot, right? And this foo slot expects a value as its input. Okay, let's now go back to our front end. Let's delete this task. And let's create a new task, foo-2, foo2, description, foo. Hello from Hyper Lambda and C Sharp. Okay. If we now execute this guy, then we will see task was evaluated successfully, at which point we would assume to find this in our log. Let's go and check it out. And as you can see, here it is. Let's clear it. Let's go back to our tasks. Choose that particular task, schedule it to repeat once every 5 seconds. Click OK. Wait 5 seconds. Go back to your logs. And there we have it. And of course, if we refresh now, we'll see multiple items popping up every 5 seconds. So this allows me to not only actually schedule the invocations of my C# methods, but also actually parameterize them. Now you see here, I passed in a string value here. Of course, I could have passed in an integer too, or whatever I wished, really. And I can change it, save. If I now go back to my logs here, we'll say Thomas Hansen. And I can also provide multiple arguments by using the hyperlambda syntax. Character return, 3 spaces, arg2, howdy. Of course, my C# slot doesn't resolve these arguments. But if I wanted it to do that, then I could simply do var arg2 equal input.children .where x.name equal arg2 get ex string semicolon. Then I need to bring in link. Then I need to stop my backend. Where actually we should probably use first, and then we should do arg2 is its name. Okay, let's try recompiling it, but first let's make sure we're actually using these arguments. arg2 and then let's recompile our backend. Let's edit it, make sure we add arg2. This is another argument. Let's save the task. And it's probably failed a couple of times, by the way, because it was assuming arg2, which it wasn't given. The first couple of times it was trying to execute. But here we see 2 arguments being passed into my C# method, and my C# method being scheduled for execution once every whatever, really. And of course, if I go back to tasks here, I can also schedule it to execute once. For instance, 18th of August, 1919. Okay, here's another schedule for it. I can create as many schedules for the same task as I wish. I can create repeat every 5 weeks. Okay, due 35 days from now. Can repeat the 5 seconds schedule. And of course, I can also repeat according to, and this asterisk syntax here looks a little bit weird, but it's actually fairly well documented at the magic.lambda.scheduler GitHub project website. But the first 2 asterisks here are months. Second is day of month. The third one, which is the first mandatory argument, is hours. So let's do 23 hour, 57 minutes and 11 seconds on Sunday, and then pipe Saturday. And I can pipe as many days in here as I wish, allowing me, for instance, to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. at a specific point in time of the day, etc., etc. If I click OK now, you will see it's due 8 hours from now, because 8 hours from now it's going to be Sunday at 23:57:11, of course UTC time for the record. So that was the new features in Magic. Yet again, there's a couple of links in the description of this YouTube video where you can download Magic, and one crucial important change I've done for the record is that I have significantly reduced the price of Magic. If you now go to the buy menu item here, you will see that I have a limited time offer for a free non-royalty developer license, allowing a single developer to install Magic on as many servers as he or she wish for 49 euros. That's it. And of course, everything I showed in this video comes in addition to the codification things, which I've probably already shown in many videos, allowing you to automatically codify all your database tables and, you know, create Angular front ends by going here, at which point you can choose to automatically scaffold an Angular front end looking like this, etc., etc. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.